What up, what up, what up? We are live. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. Beautiful Tuesday evening, depending on where you are, of course. Some people ain't got no visibility out there, man. I know you've seen this news about Canada being straight up on fire. We're going to talk about that and so much more tonight on the Rebel Without a Reason show. Let's get into it. Oh, boom. Waiting for my camera. Let's do this thing. Bam, there we go. We're late and out of sorts today. What up, what up, what up? Anthony. Krabby Turtle in the house. What up, fool? You like that intro, don't you? Anthony. I definitely appreciate y'all for being here. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. All those fun things. We're going to get straight into it, though, tonight, I think. Like the end times in up here. I know, dude. What's it look like in your area, homeboy? We were wondering what Zoot was doing, what Guardius was doing. Guardius in the house. Thank you guys for being here. Let's go ahead and jump on into this thing. You seen that thumbnail? Canadia is on fire. Canadia, as KJP would say. Canadia. Straight up on fire. And you know they're going to try to push that whole climate change agenda now even harder. So hard. I was checking it out earlier. I'm like, dude, come on, man. They're pushing it already. Like it ain't even started yet. You see people's posts. If you guys didn't care so much about the environment, didn't neglect it so much, we wouldn't be in this situation. Like, come on, dude. But we're going to get into that and so much more. Tucker Carlson had his episode 1 today of Twitter. We can watch that if you guys wanted to. We're going to cover it either way. Chris Christie's big ass is getting out there in the election field. He's going to waddle himself up and down the ramp for somebody. Collect them campaign funds. And so much more. I definitely appreciate you guys being here with me today. Guardius, what's it like up at your place, man? Is it all smoky like this guy? Everybody, even Sonya said it was super-duper fucking smoggy up there, smoky up there. Like you can't see, visibility's not that great. And it's hard to breathe for some people, you know what I mean? Let's check this out.
Can barely see the sun. Do you see here? I don't know where that sun is behind. That's the sun behind me. So there's a wildfire burning in Centennial Lake, which is near Calabogie, and that smoke has now reached Ottawa. It is hazy as heck here. You can smell. It smells like a fire, but you can smell plastic too. Plastic and wood smell, and it's quite strong. Everything is covered in a dark haze. Come on, baby. That's the sun up behind me. So there's quite a few fires burning in Quebec now. There's one outside of Ottawa in Centennial Lake. That's in the Calabogie area. There have been some evacuation orders put out for that area. But the smoke is thick in Ottawa today. It's kind of already bothering my eyes. I've only been out a few minutes. It smells strong. It's hazy. You can barely see the sun. Yeah, it's really smoky here. So I'm hearing it's the same type of issue all over. A whole bunch of fires popped off at the same exact time yesterday in Quebec. And now we have some here in Ontario as well.
At the same exact time. You think that's nature happening? I know embers fly through the air and this and that and whatnot, but come on, man.
Fires are burning everywhere across the country. Smoke is pretty heavy in Ottawa. I shared a video yesterday of a weather map and the smoke all coming up at the same time. There was like 30 fires in Quebec that seemed to start at the exact same moment. You can watch it on the weather map as they all start off all together. All over, I guess it's southwestern Quebec mainly, but you can see like the entire province basically catches on fire at the same time.
Catches on fire at the same time. That's Daisy Media up there, Atomic. Let me get this window checked out here. Oh, not that one. That one. There we go. Yeah, so the map that he was talking about is this one right here. Watch this. All these fires start popping off right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these just start popping off all over the map all of a sudden. And this is from space. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is from a damn satellite. And they're that. See how close these are together to each other here? And then there's some of these are very wide spread out. It says right there, Quebec, Canada fires all start morning of June 2nd. That was just a couple days ago. And now the smoke is spread down to New York City. Some people are saying it was South Carolina even. Climate change, hell yeah. That's what they're saying in a lot of these posts. And when you go on here, people are saying all kind of retarded stuff, talking about this could have all been avoided, da 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 da. I'm like, come on, dude. It ain't even that hot yet.
Let's see the land farther out. So, I mean, that's half a kilometer maybe to the end of the bay at most. And it's quite smoky down that way. I can kind of make out land. Like, I don't know if you can see the shadow above the tree line. You can kind of make out land on the other side. But it's quite smoky. We're kind of a little
smoky. Only you can prevent forest fires. Yeah, that's what people are saying. Anthony, teams of arsonists out there. Allegedly. Yeah. Fonzie said spontaneous combustion. That's funny. Oh, dude, it does seem intentional, like a mofo, don't it? Guardia says he can see about 100 yards. Smoky down in there in the New York area. Upstate New York with dark smoke. The sun is butter colored and tiny. Visibility about, oh yeah, he said about 100 yards. Yeah, that's what that other guy was saying too. And you saw that sun, man. That shit was crazy looking. Looked like the end of the world. Guardia says Antifa set fires in Cali forest during the summer of love. Oh, they did? Of course they did. Listen to the podcast of Jordan Peterson and Kennedy. Kennedy will kill fossil fuels so fast. He didn't say it, but yeah, it seems like they're all trying to go that way. But I don't know if y'all saw that Trump interview. He was like, dude, we're going to drill straight away. Get shit back to normal first. He said it'd take about 6 months to get things back to normal from what they've done. I don't know, man. This is a video from the wildfire. And this person says, give me a break. It's almost June here and still cold. This is terrible. So we got sound on this. Dude, that's right behind people's houses, man. Look at that. That is a raging inferno. Raging. That was right next to that house, man. Them straight up flames. And if you never been next to a fire that big before, it's hot, son. It is fucking hot. Look at that. Wow, I mean, that shit is, it's raging right there. Raging. Where we at? Look, that shit is right next to that house, man. That's melting your siding. That's melting your car. That's going to catch your car on fire. People's gas lines. Oh, man, it's going to be terrible. Anthony said the sun was red during the end of a storm in western Massachusetts. Fawn said it is terrible. What does temp have to do with it? Have to do with it? What's temp got to do? Got to do with it? When fires are set intentionally, hot melting that siding hill. Yeah, boy, you know it is. Well, the temperature would be if it's super hot, it'd be dry as hell out there, so it's super easy to start a fire. You know how sometimes we'll get a burn ban, and they have burn bans going on there every now and then because it gets so damn dry. It's easy. Somebody just throw out something, boom, your shit's catching on fire. Let's move on to these next ones here. We might have some more of that footage throughout, so just hang on to your butts. Make sure you're hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. You can also get this on your favorite podcasting platforms. Apple iTunes, all those fun things. Stitcher, Anchor, all that good stuff. This one says a Christian man in Pennsylvania has been arrested for reading the Bible. Damon Atkins was reading a verse from Corinthians 14:33 during a pride event in Reading, Pennsylvania. That's where that Asian lady insulted me about my southern accent. Does everybody in Reading talk like you? And I'm like, why do I have an accent? She said, no, you sure don't. Yeah. I was like, what the hell, you little Asian bitch? Trying to keep it respectful, though. I was working, so. I could have went there on her, though. I didn't do it. I handed her off to somebody else because she would rather deal with them that had a northern accent. She thinks people are stupid with that southern drawl. You dumber than hell. Anyway, this is Reading, Pennsylvania, but was arrested before he could finish the verse. Let's watch this shit. And you see the cop, he's going to try to make him be quiet. I mean, I guess the worst he could say it was disturbing the peace, but they're disturbing the peace. They're making all kind of noise. But he's loud. He's a big motherfucker, too. They don't want to start no shit. Let's watch.
Guys, let them have this is public property with respect. Oh, I'm respecting it. Let them have their event. You know who's cheering for us? The people that are in hell. So you do you, and I'm going to do me. This is public property. You. God is not. That's it. God, this will be public.
Getting this on film.
Can I give him my bag? All stuff's in. Joe, I'm going to need you to go to 128 North. And they're clapping.
And they're cheering over there. They're like, yeah, arrest him. Arrest that Nazi.
I cannot believe I'm watching this.
He's tall as hell, too, son. He's a big old oak tree.
God bless you, brother.
Happy Pride Month.
Yay. Good for you. How was it? So y'all tell me what he did wrong there. What did homeboy do wrong there? Ooh, let me go back. I'll mute that shit so we can do it. He's telling them, hey, just let them have their day. Look, just let God cares. Let them have their day. This is public property. Okay, we're going to respect it. Oh, I'm respecting it. He told him straight away. And then the cop just kind of tired of hearing. He's like, dude, I'm walking away. But as soon as he said God again, he was on him.
God is
Boom.
not.
That's it. You're done. I mean, what was his charge? Guardius, Anthony, all the guys that are particular on laws and whatnot. Tell me what law that man broke when he said those things. He's disrupting their event. They're loud and obnoxious too. And can't you counter protest if they protest something? I mean, Pentifa be out there all the time when we try to do shit, or when civilized people try to do something. They go out there and protest. They don't arrest them. They don't do shit. And all he's doing is just standing there talking. Oh yeah, he said the word God. It probably scared him. He's a fucking demon. Scared him. Yeah, they get into your face and say fuck you, and it's okay. Like they did Billboard Chris. That dude going fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I'm like, psh, dude, you better eat it, homeboy. Do you still like corn? You're gonna be eating that shit through a straw. Idiots. Let's do this thing. There was another shooting at a university. Let's watch this. Virginia Commonwealth.
Today, at the Huguenot High School graduation, we had 3 off-duty officers working security inside. We had 7 officers working on Belvedere to provide traffic control. At 5:13 p.m., officers inside the venue at 6 North Laurel reported hearing gunshots outside. They responded, notified folks on their radio. Responding officers on the traffic detail responded behind me and found multiple victims suffering from gunshot wounds. We had a total of 7 individuals with gunshot wounds. 3 are considered life-threatening, 4 are considered non-life-threatening. We had a total of 2 other individuals who either self-transported or transported by the ambulance authority to local hospitals with injuries other than gunshots. 2 of them were from falls. 1 was hit by a car during the melee, and 3 reported suffering from anxiety and were treated either at the scene or at a local hospital. At this point, we've taken 2 subjects into custody. At this point, we do not believe there's a ongoing threat to the community, and I'd like to say that we are in the very early stages of this investigation.
This is supposed to be a joyous day when our...
Why the hell is a dude dressed like a judge out there? What the hell? Yeah, Fawn says, how many times we got to tell them to stop shooting people? Dude, they need to make more gun laws so people will stop shooting each other. I thought it was illegal to shoot somebody. Unless you had to defend yourself. It's almost like gun laws don't work because criminals don't obey that shit. Let's watch.
We know 2 people have been arrested. Were they firing at each other? Was this some sort of coordinated attack? It's still unclear. And who are the victims here? We know that 2 of the victims were actually injured, not by gunshots, but were actually injured just during.
Oh, it was a graduation robe. Atomic says. I'm dumb. He looked like a damn judge.
And who are the victims here? We know that 2 of the victims were actually injured, not by gunshots, but were actually injured just during the chaos of it all. Police telling us that 1 person fell, another person was hit by a car, and that someone else had issues with anxiety after this shooting I don't want to call it a rampage, but the shooting outside of this high school graduation. It's obviously very concerning for a lot of people in the area. That's probably why they had.
So I don't even know if it was on the campus. Was it on the campus? Who knows?
Canceled the next high school graduation ceremony that was supposed to happen later this evening as investigators try to piece together what happened. But it's also kind of interesting just to know that you had off-duty officers not only inside the graduation, but also outside trying to help with mitigating traffic during the rush hour. So still a lot of information to piece together. We know that the public school system there has said that school will not resume tomorrow. So it sounds like maybe some people were going to school, or maybe this is a district wide thing, but it's just very interesting to know that this, has happened here, and still a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah, thankfully, those police officers, as you point out, were there for the graduation. And we heard it from the mayor, it was nothing sacred here. We've had so many shootings across America, nearly every week, another mass shooting. And tonight we have it in downtown Richmond. It appears it happened just outside of a graduation, a high school graduation where kids were.
Yeah, so it was outside of the high school graduation. It was two dumbasses shooting each other, and they shot and injured 7 other people. So, I mean, if they stop letting criminals back out of jail after they do shit, normally they got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 felonies against them, and they're out on bail for one of those crimes. Dumb as hell. Here's one that Sonia sent me.
Chemotherapy drugs are just some of the substances that are found in your drinking water. There's new information that some drugs are ending up in our water at levels never seen before. CBC's Kelly Crow has more on that.
There's something happening to the rainbow darter, a tiny fish that lives in the rivers of southern Ontario. If they're downstream from a sewage treatment plant, the male fish turn into females.
If you expose them to wastewater, they will feminize. They will have eggs in the testes.
What's causing the males to develop eggs? Human hormones, residue from prescription drugs that are flushed into the river. Using new highly sensitive equipment, scientists are finding an increasing variety of prescription drugs in the waterways. Painkillers, blood thinners, chemotherapy agents, hormones, antibiotics. If we swallow it, scientists can find it in the water.
Some of the drug comes in us and through us and out of us totally unchanged. So we actually have active drugs going into the waterway through our urine or feces.
Last month, a study of First Nations communities found levels of 3 prescription drugs in one southern Ontario river that were the highest in North America. And an unpublished Health Canada survey of tap water across the country found traces of prescription drugs in drinking water. Mark Servos is the lead author.
There are pharmaceuticals, as we expected, that are widely distributed in surface waters going into drinking water plants, and very low concentrations are detectable, but the concentrations are very, very low.
Because the drugs show up in such tiny traces, it would take hundreds of glasses of water before someone would be exposed to even a normal dose of the drug.
They're very low in concentrations. On the other hand, we have to be concerned because there's a mixture of these drugs that we're being exposed to in drinking water, and so that's some cause for concern.
Scientists still don't know if that combination of drugs in water poses a human health risk. That research has not been done. The World Health Organization calls it a knowledge gap.
In Canada, there are no national standards for pharmaceuticals in drinking water, but environment officials are working on a water quality guideline for carbamazepine, an anti-epileptic drug that shows up almost everywhere. Kelly Crow, CBC News, Toronto.
Crazy. That's crazy as hell. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think some of them can be both sexes atomic. Krabby Turtle sent me something. Hang on. Oh, I thought this was America. That's when him and the dad get into a fight and then they do the arrest at the end there. Like, I'm sorry. I thought this was America. Or was that toward the beginning when he said that? Either way, when the guy got arrested by the cop for saying stuff, I'm sorry. I thought this was America. I love South Park. It's so fun. Moving on. You saw Tucker had his first episode today. It's like the clip that I got's 10 minutes long. So if y'all don't mind watching a 10-minute segment from Tucker, we're going to do that right now. There he is. What's up, fool? Let's watch Tucker's new show on Twitter. This is episode 1.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. This morning it looks like somebody blew up the Kakhovka Dam in southern Ukraine. The rushing wall of water wiped out entire villages, destroyed a critical hydropower plant, and as of tonight puts the largest nuclear reactor in Europe in danger of melting down. So if this was intentional, it was not a military tactic, it was an act of terrorism. The question is, who did it? Well, let's see. The Kakhovka Dam was effectively Russian. It was built by the Russian government. It currently sits in Russian-controlled territory. The dam's reservoir supplies water to Crimea, which has been, for the last 240 years, home of the Russian Black Sea Fleet. Blowing up the dam may be bad for Ukraine, but it hurts Russia more. And for precisely that reason, the Ukrainian government has considered destroying it. In December, the Washington Post quoted a Ukrainian general saying his men had fired American-made rockets at the dam's floodgate as a test strike. So really, once the facts start coming in, it becomes much less of a mystery what might have happened to the dam. Any fair person would conclude that the Ukrainians probably blew it up, just as you would assume they blew up Nord Stream, the Russian natural gas pipeline, last fall. And in fact, the Ukrainians did do that, as we now know. It's not like Vladimir Putin is anxious to wage war on himself. Oh, but that's where you're wrong, Mr. and Mrs. Cable News consumer. Vladimir Putin is exactly that sort of man, the sort of man who'd shoot himself to death in order to annoy you. We know this from the American media, which wasted no time this morning in accusing the Russians of sabotaging their own infrastructure. Bill Kristol, the man who once told us that Saddam Hussein was responsible for 9/11, immediately denounced Putin as a war criminal and even more savagely compared him to Donald Trump. The rest of the pundit class made similar, clearly coordinated noises. Putin did it! Putin did it! And their reasoning was simple. Putin is evil, and evil people do evil things purely for the dark joy of being evil. In this specific case, Putin attacked himself, which is the most evil thing you can do, and therefore perfectly in character for a man that evil. That was their explanation. No one who's paid to cover these things seemed to entertain even the possibility it could have been the Ukrainians who did it. No chance of that. Ukraine, as you may have heard, is led by a man called Zelensky. And we can say for a dead certain fact that he was not involved. He couldn't have been. Zelensky is too decent for terrorism. Now, you see him on television, and it's true you might form a different impression. Sweaty and rat-like, a comedian turned oligarch, a persecutor of Christians, a friend of BlackRock. But don't believe your own eyes. Actually, Mr. Zelensky is a very good man. The best, really. As George W. Bush once noted, he is our generation's Winston Churchill. Of all the people in the world, our shifty, dead-eyed Ukrainian friend in the tracksuit is uniquely incapable of blowing up a dam. He's literally a living saint, a man in whom there is no sin. That's why Lindsey Graham is so attracted to him. They're just two good people, hanging out together and being good. And like all good people, when they meet in person, they spend a lot of time talking about killing people and laughing like friends do. Here's the pair last week.
Free or die.
Free or die.
Now you are free.
Yes.
And we will be.
And the Russians are dying.
It's the best money we've ever spent.
Thank you so much.
No, it's...
The Russians are dying. It's the best money we've ever spent, Graham says. A smile spreads across his thin, quivering lips as he forms the words. He looks like a starving man contemplating a breakfast buffet. The aroma of death has aroused Lindsey Graham. Thanks so much, replies Zelensky. He feels the same way. See, there's nothing dark here. Just two middle-aged guys celebrating the killing of a population. They don't seem like the kind of people who'd enjoy flooding villages or starting a famine. And in any case, who cares if they are? It's really not your business. Your job is to support Ukraine. Watch Nikki Haley, a Republican candidate for president, explain this principle on CNN.
A win for Ukraine is a win for all of us. And for them to sit there and say that this is a territorial dispute, that's just not the case. To say that we should stay neutral, it is in the best interest of America. It's in the best interest of our national security for Ukraine to win. We have to see this through. We have to finish it.
See? It's very easy to understand. It is vitally important for you to support Ukraine because it's necessary for Ukraine to be supported by you. Your support is mandatory until it's finished, whatever it is, and whatever that means. So shut up and support Ukraine, or else you're in trouble. Back when they still taught logic, statements like this were known as tautologies. Something is true because it is. The more you repeat it, the truer it becomes. It's a self-reinforcing reality. There was a time when tautologies were considered illegitimate arguments, not to mention hilariously stupid. Only dumb people talk like that. Now everybody in power talks like that. Diversity is our strength. Trans women are women. Zelensky is Churchill. It's all self-evidently true. Doesn't need an explanation, and don't ask questions. Sound familiar? Of course it does. That's the pap they're serving us day after day in steaming, lumpy portions. By this point, it's possible that American citizens are the least informed people in the world. Your average yak herder in Tajikistan knows who blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. It's obvious. Does he think some skinny dude in a dress is actually a girl? Come on. That idea would never occur to him. You've got to be lied to at full volume over a period of years in order to reach conclusions like that. And of course, we have been. The media lie. They do. But mostly they just ignore the stories that matter. What's happened to the hundreds of billions of US dollars we've sent to Ukraine? No clue. Who organized those BLM riots 3 years ago? No one's gotten to the bottom of that. What exactly happened on 9/11? Well, it's still classified. How did Jeffrey Epstein make all that money? How did he die? How about JFK? And so endlessly on. Not only are the media not interested in any of this, they are actively hostile to anybody who is. In journalism, curiosity is the gravest crime. Yesterday, for example, a former Air Force officer who worked for years in military intelligence came forward as a whistleblower to reveal that the U.S. government has physical evidence of crashed non-human-made aircraft, as well as the bodies of the pilots who flew those aircraft. The Pentagon has spent decades studying these otherworldly remains in order to build more technologically advanced weapons systems. Okay, that's what the former intel officer revealed, and it was clear he was telling the truth. In other words, UFOs are actually real, and apparently so is extraterrestrial life. Now we know. In a normal country, this news would qualify as a bombshell, the story of the millennium. But in our country, it doesn't. The whistleblower's account ran on a technology website called The Debrief, which you've probably never heard of. The Washington Post had that story, but decided not to run it. The New York Times, meanwhile, just pretended it never happened. On the front page of the New York Times website this morning, there were 5 stories about Ukraine, as well as 4 stories apiece about Donald Trump, trans people, and climate change, the usual lineup. There was nothing at all about how an alien species is flying hypersonic aircraft over our cities. Not one word. So if you're wondering why our country seems so dysfunctional, this is a big part of the reason. Nobody knows what's happening. A small group of people control access to all relevant information, and the rest of us don't know. We're allowed to yap all we want about racism, but go ahead and talk about something that really matters and see what happens. If you keep it up, they'll make you be quiet. Trust us. That's how they maintain control. When Western tourists first started traveling in large numbers to the Soviet Union in the early 1970s, they found that many Russians had a completely warped understanding of the United States. They thought that Americans lived in grinding poverty, in a state of perpetual race war, and were desperate to flee to the freedom and prosperity of the Eastern Bloc. They thought this because that's what they had been told. They had no way to know otherwise. The few Russians who understood what was really going on in the rest of the world had learned about it from listening to shortwave radio broadcasts, sometimes under the covers so the neighbors wouldn't hear. 50 years later, it is bewildering to consider the ironies here. We're the ones who live in ignorance now. The US government has managed to classify more than 1 billion so-called public documents. So at this point, we can't possibly know what our leaders are doing. We're not allowed to know. By definition, that is not a democracy. Yet it's fine with the media. Secrecy is a powerful tool of control. Stop asking how we got so rich. Here's another story about racism. Go eat each other. That's the program. That's how most of us now live here in the United States. manipulated by lies, silenced by taboos. It is unhealthy and it's dehumanizing, and we're tired of it. As of today, we've come to Twitter, which we hope will be the shortwave radio under the blankets. We're told there are no gatekeepers here. If that turns out to be false, we'll leave. But in the meantime, we are grateful to be here. We'll be back with much more very soon.
People say the news is full of lies.
Hell yeah, boy. So there's your first episode of Tucker on Twitter there. I thought it was pretty good. Let's see what type of schedule he's going to have on there. And then Fox done fucked up, man. Holy hell, y'all done messed up now, dude. Oh my God. He's going to be anywhere and everywhere. You saw that. Oh, let's go back to where it. So his first episode, let's see how many views he got. 14.5 million views. What did I just say a second ago? Atomic, what did I just say? 13. God damn. 13.4 million views. Now it has 14.5. So it had 1 million views in 10 minutes. That was a 10-minute and 27-second video. In 10 minutes, he got 1 million views. Wow. Oh, boy, they done fucked up now. And he can say whatever he wants to, you know what I mean? I don't know what his schedule's going to be yet. I'll try to find out. I'm sure it's going to be on the website, though. Let's go to the website, tuckercarlson.com. Episode 1 is here. So if you go to tuckercarlson.com, you'll be able to watch that episode again. I'm sure a lot of you guys are already subscribed to him there, I'm sure. But it doesn't have a schedule there yet, so we'll keep an eye on it and see how it goes. He's probably testing the water to see how it goes before he jumps in with a full schedule and all that. Yeah, the most watched person. He's got, dude, that was a bunch, man. He's got 7 million followers right now. I'm sure he's going to get a lot more after that. And some people are not even on Twitter. You know, some people can't be bothered with it, so that's why I bring it to y'all. Yeah, boy. Atomic said she's going to sub to it. Yeah, so that was episode 1. I thought it was pretty damn good. He was talking about that dam in Ukraine. And the whole time I'm thinking they were trying to make blame on lay blame on whoever the hell did something to that dam. And I'm thinking about that South Park episode where Cartman, I think it was Stan and Cartman, which they never hang out together really. They were in Cartman's uncle's boat, which it wasn't his uncle. And it was the whole episode was really about the Katrina thing. When they were trying to place blame on who broke the dam. And they broke a big beaver dam. Long story short, they got caught by their parents and they just admitted it. Like, I broke the dam. I broke the dam. And then the whole town just started saying, oh, it's a symbolic thing. No, I broke the dam. No, I broke the dam. And they're all doing it. I broke the dam. I broke the dam. But as a virtuous signal type thing, you know what I mean? But we'll get to the dam breaking thing here in a minute. I got a bunch of stuff to do. We still got a bunch, so let's keep going. This ain't too bad to show on YouTube. Like, what the hell's going on? I'm gonna have to mute that. It's just too loud. It's just wind noise. Some ladies riding on the front of this dude's car. I'm sure it's a toxic relationship. Shout out to DC Scott over there on Twitter. Look at this madness. Like, what's going on here, dude? You got a lady on your car. She got a new job as a hood ornament, probably. I don't know. But that goes on for 3 minutes. Well, we're not going to watch it for 3 minutes. But he's changing lanes, got her on there. No, you taking me to work with you right now. I'll tell you that right now. That's it, and that's all on that. Crazy. Atomic said Katrina was insane, the crooked city. This crooked city still hasn't repaired everything but took the money. Dude, do you remember Nagin talking about it's going to be a chocolate city? What happened to the chocolate city? He got arrested for corruption charges after he talked that shit about Bush's response wasn't good. They were like, oh, really? Okay. Let's see what do you think about this response, motherfucker? If you're not following the right side of history over there on Twitter, I don't know what you're doing with your life. They got all kinds of weird stuff over there about them transients. One of the latest ones is a new book from a pregnant trans-identified female who was featured in Glamour's UK June edition magazine cover. On the magazine cover, has come up with a children's book concept and plans on pitching it to publishers. What's the subject of the book, you ask? My Daddy's Belly. The Miracle of Male Birth. Shout out to the Pride Month. You tell me what's going on here. You tell me what's happening here. What the hell is happening here? The Miracle of Male Birth. Get in my belly. Whack, dude. Wiggity, 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 whacked. While I'm on the subject of those fools, Andy Knows got a story of a trans artist and drag queen from Portland, Oregon, has been arrested in Virginia Beach, charged with murder. Michael Horowitz, who uses the fake name Nora, allegedly stabbed her father to death. I'm not going to say his father to death in a horrific home attack before identifying as a woman. Horowitz was a drag queen known as Minora Horowitz in Portland. She wrote for local leftist Portland paper, the Portland Mercury. There's the article, I guess, there. This dude looks like Carrot Top on crack, homeboy. Look at this. Got the damn guy lighter on, too. Straight up killing people. You ever notice that's weird that they have this tendency to lash out at people and do shit? Kill your own father, man. That's crazy. That's him right there. It's too much, dude. Too much. Why y'all gotta do so much? It could be all the drugs, man. So many damn drugs that they have to have vending machines for anti-overdose medications. This in Brooklyn, Bushwick. Give me some sound here. Hang on 1 second.
And here's the free vending machine, supplied by the Department of Health and stocked by the charity that runs the machine. It's right next door, but also in the surrounding area. Plenty of people who are concerned that this effort, meant to help the community, could make things worse.
Every kit comes with 2 doses.
4 milligrams each, safe medication used to reverse opioid overdose. Those are among the things available from this sidewalk vending machine that's different from pretty much any other that you've ever seen.
All you have to do is actually enter a zip code within New York City, and then just select the item that you want.
He runs the Opioid Overdose Prevention Program for Services for the Underserved, a housing and healthcare charity that operates this supportive housing facility. It's right next to the vending machine that the charity is operating in conjunction with the city's health department.
We need to empower people, communities, our neighbors with everything and anything that they need when they need it on demand to save a life.
The city's
Dude, they got drugs on demand. That's for damn sure. What is this stuff called, Sonya? It was like preventative care, some kind of, I forget the terminology they use for it. It's some kind of preventative care. They think you're gonna kill yourself with the drugs, so they're gonna, instead of injecting it, they'd rather you smoke it. Like, dude, get out of here, man. Krabby, is this the same clip that you're sending me that I'm playing right now, sir?
Commissioner inaugurated the machine, saying it helps the community, but some community members disagree.
We don't need this on our block. The only people that need it in this community are the people in this building. They should put it in the lobby for the people in the community, in that building.
She said the building is the frequent scene of medical emergencies, not.
Wow. What up, Boom Boom in the house? Okay, it's not the same one. It's got an update. Sweet. Thank you, sir. Shout out to Krabby over there on Rumble doing stuff.
Necessarily related to illicit drug use, but that she and other residents are concerned the machine will add to the problems, not reduce them. But some other locals see things differently, having used the machine, which has a wide array of products.
I got like gloves, sanitation, and drops for the ears and things like that. It's free. Everything costs everything.
It's nice.
She said it's free, so they're on a program. They have a card, probably they swipe with that, so that's all government paid for. Dude, you want to talk about the drug dealer giving you the drug and the solution. Money, money, money.
Yeah, it's good because it's free.
You see some of the products, many of which have already gone in the few hours that this machine has been in operation. It's the first of at least 3 the city wants to have citywide. It also points out that in other U.S. cities where they've tried similar efforts, and in Australia and Europe, they've seen overdose rates decline.
Overdose rates decline. That's why you're putting a damn vending machine on the corner, idiots. Come on, man. They think people are stupid. They straight up say stupid shit right to your face. Oh, it's declining. Yeah, it's declining so much we got to put a goddamn vending machine right here just for y'all. Get the fuck out of here. Get your ass out of here. Here's what I was telling y'all about.
I broke the dam.
He's saying we all broke the dam.
No, I broke the dam.
I broke the dam.
I broke the dam. I broke the dam.
No, I broke the dam.
And I broke the dam.
I broke the dam.
I broke the dam.
I broke the dam.
And that's all it was. That everybody just kind of came forward and said they broke the dam. He's trying to confess, and they're like, no, it's a bunch of liberals doing weird shit. Come on, man. Here's the other part of this. Krabby's got an update for the vending machine story. All for Memeology Suite. Let me pause this so I can get it in focus for y'all. Exactly right. So NYC unveils vending machine for drug users with free crack pipes and Narcan for ODs. New York's public health vending machines will offer condoms and crack pipes instead of chips and soda. Boy, you want to talk about progress. Fuck all those fatty foods. Fuck all that high fructose corn syrup. The HFCS. that I know that so many people are against, and it's a bad thing, we all know. But is it worse than fucking crack pipes? Yeah, see, there's the story I just did with this guy. We don't need to hear his music necessarily, but it's got all the free shit in there. You get your smoking kit in there. Contains what? A heavy stern. What's a heavy stern? A heavy stem, mouthpiece, a pusher, 6 screens, chore filter, and lip balm. Who put this shit together? Like a smoker made by smokers for smokers. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you don't know. Normal people don't know what any of this shit is. Wow, dude. Hold up. Smokeworkspipes.com. So they have a company that actually does this. I wonder what that website's all about. Is that government funded? I'm sure it is. Your phone's dying, Atomic. You better plug that beast in the wall, woman. What you talking about? Plug it in the wall. So NYC's drug-themed vending machine cleaned out of crack pipes overnight. People are saying they should restock. Dude, you weren't lying, Krabby. This shit was gone immediately. There it is, straight up empty as a mofo.
No one.
Memeology's got some funny stuff. That's Memeology 102 over there on YouTube.
No one saw that coming.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Memeology for that fun stuff. Crazy, dude. Crazy. Crazy for feeling lonely. Yo, if Rumble keeps freezing up, oh, yeah, nah. My shit's straight. What up, 666 in the house? What's up, everyone? Rumble was a bust for me, too. Aw, lame. Lame. Get it together, Rumble. What are y'all doing? I broke the damn shitter. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of... They need to get it together, man. I don't know if they're trying to block the show or if they're going to claim it's technical difficulties, because right now it's going on the iPad. It's going good for me. So the chat locked up on y'all, or the feed actually froze? Oh, it froze up, gay. I know some people might be on the fence on whether or not they should be homeschooling their kids or not. This story from Tennessee might convince you that you're doing the right thing. Let's find out. This is a Tennessee mom chooses to homeschool her kids after the 3rd grade TCAP experience. And if y'all hadn't been following any of that, the 3rd graders in Tennessee really can't even pass a 3rd grade TCAP test. So what the hell are they teaching your kids all day? Pronouns? Let's watch.
Across Middle Tennessee are considering homeschooling after getting their child's TCAP scores. The window to retake the English language arts portion of the test closed this week for 3rd graders. Our Marissa Sulik spoke with the mom who made the decision to keep her son at home next year.
Ready? You sure?
That catch 9-year-old Leon Silva was ready for. And that one. And that one.
When it came to this year's TCAP, his family thought he was ready.
Timed activities are not our jam.
But his mom, Brittany Silva, says he didn't pass the test or the retake.
I don't feel like it's very fair, especially because he has ADHD and we know he has very, very poor time management skills. It's just something that he hasn't got yet. It's not there. 5 minutes and 30 minutes are the same thing. Both feet in?
With 4 kids and a husband who will soon be deployed,
Aniston.
Brittany says she's taking charge.
We just figured he would do better at home, homeschooled. You ready? You can do it.
As a mom, she knows Leon could go to summer school, tutoring next year, or appeal her son's score.
I signed both of them up for summer learning camp because what could it hurt?
But she's nervous he might not pass the post-exam Leon must take to get out of summer school.
I had also learned that if next year he doesn't score, I don't know what those scores are supposed to be, but a higher score, a proficient score, then he'll be retained in 4th grade, and there's no ways around it.
Which is why she's taken Leon's education into her own hands. In Bell Buckle, Marissa Sulek, WSMV4.
There you go, man. So if your kids can't pass basic 3rd grade stuff, what are they teaching them all day, man? Pronouns and this and that and all kind of dumb shit. They know all about that. Let's check in on the smoke. That's it's kind of dark probably now. Let's see what's going on with the smoke. It's a fire. Yeah, it's getting dark out there now. In New York City. There's your local forecast for the New Yorkers in the building. Looks like it kind of cleared up there a little bit. Maybe my New Yorkers will let me know what's going on out there. Everybody in the Canada area. No, they still got some unhealthy. Bridgeport next to Kingston up there. Still smoky up there. Yeah, it's still smoky from them wildfires. Speaking of dumpster fires, what the hell is this moron thinks he's trying to do? This is a real tweet from Fox News, by the way. I'm about to read this shit to y'all. I'm going to back it up just so you know I'm not lying. See right there, it says Fox News. At Fox News. The Trump team says Christie will waste no time eating DeSantis' lunch. They actually put that on there, dude. Trump's team responded to the imminent presidential election announcement of Chris Christie by suggesting... What's he suggesting? I don't know why people are doing it. Trump told Hannity during a town hall last week. I'm going to try to get that whole town hall, too. I think they've been hiding it, man. Y'all want this to be y'all's president? Look at this dude. Holy crap. Dude, if you can't take care of your own body, how are you going to be the president? He's big as hell. You're saying other candidates joining the race despite his lead polls. They're at 1%. Some are at 0%. I mean, he's terrible. Oh, Chris Christie cookie. Gonna try to go against your man. I don't see it happening. But hey, do what you do to get them campaign funds for. Grifter's gonna grift it, I guess. What up, what up? Wolverine in the house. What up, boo? I appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, you guys. Before we continue, I want to say thank you to all my rebels for being here. Kaboom. You can get this program on your favorite podcasting network after we're done tonight. Stick around for the after party after the news show on Rumble. Tonight's going to be music night. We got a full jam for y'all. I definitely appreciate y'all guys. That's my love kernels to y'all. To let you know that I appreciate y'all being here always. Thank you to my moderators. Anthony McQuaid, Atomic Tabasco, Cat F, Zeta Wichi's Cane Sword, Latina and Cali, and the beautiful Miss Sonia Scrapbook. She's listening in the background. She's a little busy right now. Boomhauer says, Rebel, do you remember when Christie shut down that bridge so his family could get over to the beach? Yeah, I do remember that. His big ass out there trying to get some sun on the beach. I definitely appreciate y'all. He ain't gonna be nobody's president, though. I can tell you that right now. Just wasting time, wasting money. Another way to launder some money, allegedly. In my opinion. I don't give a damn what nobody says. I think it's a big money laundering scheme. Okay, we're not gonna do that one yet. Yeah, we're not going to do that one yet. Here's another local story. Let's do this one. An altercation involving two men and a sword in Springfield. Let's see what these samurais are all about.
Out of Springfield to tell you about Smoky Bar News reporting a man was taken into custody after a fight with a sword. You're looking at the aftermath and the arrest right there. The 911 caller told dispatch two men were fighting. One possibly had serious injuries from a sword. Well, they only ended up having minor injuries. That's the good news. Both men were taken to the hospital. One was in handcuffs. Police are still investigating.
Yeah, so the cops are investigating these two. So look at that big ass sword. Holy crapola. That's a damn katana right there, son. Dude said on guard, fool. One person taken into custody. They said that according to the Smoky Barn News, an altercation between two men was reported, and the 911 caller said serious injuries from a sword were possible. Dude, he probably slashed that fool. There ain't no telling. Hey, ban guns, though. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to get to where China is. You seen those China videos where they engrave the number of your number onto that knife or cleaver or whatever it is, and that thing's got a little hole in it with a big metal cable, and it's mounted to your kitchen table there, your prep area. They keep track of all that stuff in case you want to try to raise up against somebody and do something weird. Yeah, whose sword? I don't know. Was that Zeta Wichi's cane sword? Yeah, here we go too. More no gun violence there. Two people stabbed in Brentwood. A husband and a wife were hospitalized after stabbing each other following an argument in South Nashville. So it wasn't Brentwood. Elderly woman was inside her home, was not harmed, and later picked up by the family. Husband and wife allegedly stabbed each other in a South Nashville neighborhood on Tuesday morning following an argument. Police say just before 9 a.m., the husband of a caretaker worker working at a home on Hill Road, showed up to his wife's job and began arguing with her. Oh, hell no. He done showed up to her job. Minutes later, the man stabbed his wife multiple times before she stabbed him back and ran to a neighbor's house for help. The husband drove himself to another neighborhood before he collapsed outside due to serious injuries and was transported to Vanderbilt, according to the Metro Police Department. The woman was also taken to Vanderbilt with serious injuries, but is expected to survive. Metro Police are continuing to investigate this incident and say the elderly woman inside the home was not harmed and was later picked up by the family. Crazy. But come on, man, outlaw more guns. It's all good. Yeah, Metro out there, dude. They do stuff. All right, check out this video now. It's a teacher that got fired for the pronoun game.
From Harupa Valley High School for refusing to hide students' gender preferences from parents.
If I were to ever find out about a student's gender or pronoun preference, that I was to withhold that from parents. And I said, are you asking me to lie to parents? And they said, yes. We are talking about minors. Their brain is not fully developed. The decision-making portal in that brain it's not fully developed, and they need their parents at this time for everything they're going through, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, you name it.
Parents should absolutely be involved in all the decisions that their kids make.
Jessica Top from Harupa Valley High School for refusing to hide students' gender preferences from parents.
Crazy as hell, dude. So she asked them straight up, do you expect me to lie to parents? And they're like, yeah, dude, do it. Sony says late to reply, but the crack pipe vending machine is the harm reduction. Ah, yeah, there you go. It's such a stupid term. I'm like, dude, harm reduction? Come on, man. So they're saying they're not solving the problem. They're just going to reduce it just a tad bit. Yeah, teacher, that makes sense. Wow. Some of them are out there, man, and they'll quit. You know what I mean? Just like some of the good cops will quit because they're not going to put up with a bunch of weird shit. I mean, they say follow the science, follow the science. I'm trying to follow the science, but it keeps leading me back to the money. Shout out to Declaration of Memes over there on Twitter. Y'all subscribe to that fool. He's always got good stuff. Every damn time you follow the money, it's going to lead you right where you need to go. Every damn time. Here's another grown-up child throwing a damn tantrum. Get some volume for you here. Like she left for a second, then she comes back. Throwing shit at people, acting stupid as hell. Treat me with some respect. Wow, what a big child.
Holy shit.
I wonder if her mama raised her to do that. Call the cops, man. Ain't that destruction of property? But they won't do nothing. Shout out to Clown World over there for that one. Crazy as hell. And then if you go over there and try to grab her, you're going to get in trouble. Dumb. Project. Dude, did y'all see my meme I made? Oh my God, dude, it's inappropriate. It's on the community page. Y'all go, no, it's not. God dang, I couldn't even put it over there. Let's see, where did I have it? I put it on Twitter. We'll come across it. We'll come across that pride. Boo. Man, what's up with Cuba Gooding Jr.? Y'all seen his update on his civil rape trial that's set to begin in New York here shortly?
Manhattan, the civil rape trial against Cuba Gooding Jr. gets underway. Last year, the Hollywood actor pleaded guilty to groping several women. Eyewitness News reporter Janice Yu, live in Lower Manhattan with what we can expect. Janice, good morning.
Good morning. Cuba Gooding Jr. is expected to be here in Lower Manhattan in federal court later this morning as jury selection in this.
Well, you hear them damn police sirens going on. Loud as a mofo in New York City.
Trial gets underway. The lawsuit is seeking $6 million in damages. Now, the woman who has not been publicly identified is suing Gooding, claiming he invited her to the Mercer Hotel for drinks after meeting at a Greenwich Village restaurant. She says he then asked her to join him in his room while he changed clothes. The lawsuit then claims, quote, Gooding blocked her from the door and pushed her onto the bed. It goes on to
He was straight up looking like hell in that. Look at him right there. Y'all can't give him no conditioner or nothing for that? Looking dried out, sir.
while he changed clothes. The lawsuit then claims, quote, Gooding blocked her from the door and pushed her onto the bed. It goes on to say she told Gooding no multiple times, but he raped her twice. The actor denies this and says the encounter was consensual and that she bragged to others about their relationship as well. Now, the civil trial comes less than a year after the Oscar-winning actor avoided a prison sentence by pleading guilty in a state criminal case that accused him of groping several women. Now, we've learned that the judge is allowing 3 women who have accused Gooding of sexual abuse to testify at this trial. Again, Gooding is expected to be in court later this morning. Live.
Need to get some VO5. Is that what he needs, Sonny? Some VO5? He was looking dried out right there, son. And dude, we're talking about a star falling, man. And he admitted to groping on some ladies too? Come on, dude. You can't be just groping on ladies out there. What, are you trying to grab them by the pussy or something? Sonia, you're so fast with the rhymes. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Which do you like best of all? I like autumn for the breeze and the falling of the leaves. You're so funny. When my son was a kid, he couldn't pronounce the L's very well. So I would say leaves, and he'd say leaves. No, dude, I'm like, you need to do la. You know, you use your tongue. So I made up a little rhyme for him. The lazy lion. What did I say? The lion rests lazily amongst the leaves. And I made him say that over and over and over again, so he could get that L down. The lazy lion. It was hysterical. Let's watch this one from Salty. Did y'all see the plane crash that was intercepted by the jets? And the way they made that, it sounded out to like that the jet probably allegedly maybe made him crash, but there's nothing to confirm that yet. It's still under investigation. Let's watch.
A lot of hubbub, boys. A lot of questions. A lot of speculation, without speculums, about what are all these booms? What are these booms across Washington, D.C. yesterday? Nobody knew. A bunch of lies and bullshit and, I don't know, wag the dog nonsense. It was a military exercise. It was a plan. Don't worry about it, everybody. Planned military exercise that nobody knew about. Then you find out later on that a plane had crashed. And they're like, well, that didn't cause the boom. What caused the boom? Oh, well, F-16's intercepting it. Caused the sonic booms. Anyway, an entire day of just, what the fuck is going on in Washington, D.C.? It's Washington, D.C. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. Why were we getting so many stories, so many weirdness coming out of this? And then you find out today, the official talking point is that a private Cessna went unresponsive, and then F-16s were scrambled to go intercept it to find out what was going on, but they didn't shoot it down. They didn't shoot it down. This government doesn't shoot down Chinese spy balloons until they cross the entire breadth of America, in Canada, in Alaska, anyway. And we don't shoot down unresponsive Cessnas. Well, I don't trust a fucking thing you idiots are saying. And now you find out, surprise, this is the Sun over here, the U.S. Sun, to be a little bit more precise. Horror crash. Prominent MAGA donor John Rumpel's entire family in D.C. area plane crash after F-16s tried contacting passed out pilot.
The whole damn family.
What? Well, that's weird.
To be honest, it was only the daughter and another person and the nanny. The father wasn't on there. I don't believe the mother was either.
That's weird. That's definitely not a message being sent to all the people who would back Donald Trump, especially billionaires with lots of war cash. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that, I don't know, a tiny bit suspicious? I don't have any receipts on anything going on over here. I'm just talking out of my ass. I'm just saying, boy, it looks suspect. Boy, it's highly fucking convenient that this man's entire family happened to be on a private jet where the pilot passed out and F-16s had to be scrambled, but then they didn't shoot it down. They just let it crash on its own, of course. Now, I'm telling you right now, holy fuck, man. This is what I was talking about when I was saying, shit go get real crazy. Shit go get real crazy. We've already seen in 2020 where when Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia, was having a lot of pressure on him to unfuck a fucked up Georgia election, where his daughter's boyfriend's car fucking explodes in a mushroom cloud. And they told everybody it was a car accident. It was a bump. He got bumped. He got rear-ended. Rear-ended by a tank full of nitroglycerin? I mean, you could see that explosion from fucking space. No. Wasn't an explosion. Mostly peaceful car crash. Yeah. With his daughter's boyfriend, who happened to be a staffer for one of these senators, by the way. The entire thing was fucking wonky and weird, and yet here we are again. Another message I imagine being sent. Don't back Donald Trump. Don't send him money, or your entire family might get
Because at the beginning, when they first did that, well, you see right there, prominent MAGA donor. That's the beginning of the headline. They should just say entire family in D.C. area plane crash. Wouldn't they say? What does this have to do with anything?
Please disperse. Nothing to see here, please.
Nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. It's fine. It's probably fine. It's totally fine. I mean, it's just corruption rampant all over, here, there, everywhere. I mean, we know this administration has got it out for people. They do all the stuff that they accuse Trump of doing. Benny Johnson says, breaking news, Rep Luna says the FBI is afraid their Biden informant will be killed if he's unmasked. Killed by who? Killed by who, dude? What the hell? Why? Let's watch and see what she has to say.
Well, we're expecting him to deliver. As you heard in the previous segment, the speaker even said that if this FBI director doesn't do his job and doesn't answer to Congress, he's going to be held in contempt. You know, over the last couple of months, House oversight, as well as the staff that helps us run the investigations, has proven that we've actually been able to provide evidence. You know, before there was speculation on the Ponzi scheme for influence peddling and also the personal enrichment of the Biden family. And now what we're finding is that these are no longer allegations, and we're creating a hard case. In my opinion, Maria, what we're seeing right now, if this is true, which I do believe that it is true in regards to Joe Biden receiving briberies and Hunter Biden, I do believe that this is grounds for impeachment. And so it's important that we continue to move forward to bring this to the American people, but also, too, that we, I think, do a house cleaning within our DOJ, because as you had stated earlier, they are protecting this family. The FBI is protecting the Hunter Biden family, and it's not okay.
Yep. It's not okay, but they doing it, man. But Rep. Luna ain't got no time for it. She said the House oversight will begin of contempt of Congress proceedings for the FBI director on Thursday. So that's in 2 days. He's supposed to hand that document over. He didn't do nothing. And they want to know who this so-called whistleblower is. I'm sure they're gonna make it easy for him. If you got information on somebody, they're gonna make sure they destroy your ass. I mean, they just might kill your family in a plane crash. Who knows? Allegedly. So many whistleblowers here lately in the news. Y'all been paying attention to that? A bunch. Yeah, they won't do anything. And with the Biden crime family, not a daring thing. Glenn Beck just did a special on all the conspiracy theories that are now true. Oh, yeah. Did another whistleblower just end up put to sleep? Dude, they do it all the time. Yeah, I don't know what's required for that impeachment, Sonia. I think they just need to file some paperwork and make sure they get stuff that's going to stick. Ain't shit going to happen news. Yep. They were supposed to show that document, maybe old news. Yeah, but they still asked him to send it, and if he didn't send it, he's breaking protocol, so they're going to get him. We're talking about conspiracy theories. There's an article right here on the News Nation. Sorry, video. Where they talk about a worldwide TV exclusive that you only see on News Nation. The UFO whistleblower speaks on the Vargas reports. Let's watch this.
Tonight only on News Nation, bombshell claims from a military whistleblower published this morning alleging a secret UFO retrieval program within the U.S. government.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will. It's probably not the right parlance, but no kidding, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
How many?
Quite a number.
All right, pique your interest. Tune in for the full report tonight on Elizabeth Vargas.
Talking about UFO craft? Non-human craft? They didn't want to say it's aliens? Come on, man. This is going to be a graphic story here. We can do it on YouTube, though. Let's see. Shocking. A mother and daughter were accused of killing a 71-year-old Margaret Craig, the mother and grandmother of the duo, and then using a chainsaw to dismember her and burn her remains on a charcoal grill. Oh boy, let's get into it. Court documents reveal gruesome details in killing dismemberment of a Maryland grandmother. Mother and daughter team were accused of killing the 71-year-old Margaret Craig. Warning, the story contains graphic details. Prince George's County police officers on Friday responded to a home in Hyattsville for a welfare check on Margaret Craig. The police department reportedly received a call from someone who claimed they had not heard from her for multiple days and were worried about her well-being. Upon arrival at the home, the police said 44-year-old Candace Craig, the daughter of Margaret Craig, opened the door. She allowed officers to access the home, and they immediately noticed a smell of decomposition in the basement. Dude, you can't get away from that. On Monday, WJLA's Brad Bell obtained the charging documents, which noted officers recognized the smell of putrefaction and observed blood and tissue on the floor near 3 white plastic trash bags in the basement. PG County's right down the way from you to Krabby. I mean, this shit happens in everybody's neighborhood. People crazy as hell. We'll go back up here to the photos. Let's view all these photos. Load it up. They look like a lovely bunch, don't they? Lovely. Like demons, man. And there's the grill where they cooked her up on right there, allegedly. Gross. So when they call you over for the cookout, what are they cooking up over there? Love gathers here. Note on a placard on the front door. And they locked it. You see they put the padlock on that beast with the crime tape on it. Demons, man. How the hell are you gonna do that to somebody? But they cut her up with a chainsaw too. I'm like, oh my god, dude, chainsaw. Oh my god. Over what? Who the hell knows? Who knows? While we're on the conspiracy theories, let's watch this one. Dollar Store Drake over here. See what he's got to say.
Why are so many companies going woke?
R.I.P. headphone users.
And after some digging, I found it. The CEI, Corporate Equality Index, aka the Woke Credit Score. It's a made-up score based on how much a company is pushing woke issues. And who made up and gives this score? An organization called the HRC, a massive political lobbying group. Apparently, HRC sends representatives to corporations every year, telling them the kind of stuff they have to make visible at the company, give them a list of demands, and if they don't follow through, there's a threat that they won't keep their CEI credit score. And why do companies even care about this made-up woke credit rating?
If they get a bad score, then the woke investor funds start putting pressure on the boards. Woke activists are mobilized out in the streets. Advertising campaigns are shut down. Anyone that continues to do business with them will also be penalized. This is fascism.
Don't play their game, don't get their investment. And who is funding the HRC? Surprise, surprise, it's George Soros' Open Society Foundation. Now, this HRC has introduced this arbitrary credit rating to everything. States, municipalities, and even schools. Imagine that. There are people who are deciding what credit score an individual school can get. They threaten them by having these big funds withhold investments into them. We now have a made-up scoring system that doesn't physically exist, deciding how much digital money that doesn't physically exist companies.
In case you're wondering why it seems to happen at so many companies all at once.
Well, there you go. More explanations all the time. Yeah, so we're talking about the who broke the dam. Let's find out.
We begin with breaking news out of southern Ukraine and video going viral on social media. It shows a large hydroelectric dam that was blown up earlier this evening. But this isn't just any dam. It's the Nova Kakova Dam on the Dnipro River in southern Ukraine. That dam held back a huge amount of water that is now rushing toward the city of Kherson and more than 80 other cities and towns down the Dnipro River. This is an image taken earlier today by a Maxar satellite. It shows the dam after it was first damaged earlier today, and you can see an area of the dam where the water is escaping. Since these first images were taken, a much larger section of the dam has failed and given way, causing a catastrophic breach. As if that weren't bad enough, the dam and massive lake it creates also provides the water that cools Europe's largest nuclear generating station, the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant. You may recall that massive Ukrainian power station was shelled during the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and Russia continues to control it. It's not known if the power station will shut down its reactors now that its source of cooling water is rapidly disappearing.
Шановні мешканці Херсонщини.
Ukraine's commander of the Kherson Regional Military Administration has now taken to Telegram to warn people to evacuate areas beneath the dam now. He says buses are being dispatched to evacuate as many people as possible before the rushing waters submerge entire towns. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky first warned world leaders last October that Russia had mined the dam and was planning to blow it up. It's not clear yet who is behind the dam's demolition tonight, but the damage is going to be catastrophic by all accounts. The giant Kakhovka Reservoir is also the main supply of fresh water for the entire Crimean Peninsula, which has been under Russian occupation since 1994. Both Russia and Ukraine are accusing each other of blowing up the dam, and President Zelensky has just called an emergency meeting of his National Security and Defense Council. This is a fast-developing story, and if we get any new information during this newscast, we'll bring it to you. Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC.
Yeah, so some of the stuff that I saw was
Why are so many
oh shit, sorry about that. Yeah, let me fix that right now. Quiet that down right there. All right, so this was an article back in October of 2022. See that right there from Reuters. Is the Kakhovka Dam in Ukraine about to be blown? This was back in 2022, and they were accusing them of setting it up. They're both accusing each other of doing it. But they said it was a water supply for the full area of Crimea, which was under Russian control for a long time. Why would they blow up their own water supply? Flood out their own people? It did not make sense. And supposedly what I saw too, they sent some divers down there, and they found some boots that were supposedly, at least one boot that was from either a U.S. or a Ukrainian diver. I can't confirm that. That's just what I saw. It was exploded from below. Probably. They said they set mines up there and let them blow it up. Who knows? Yeah, they're going to need another $300 billion to buy a vacuum to suck up all that water. Dude, it's just more dumb shit. And the drawback from that was the Crimea River. Yeah, that's funny. Crimea River. The water also cooled the reactors, so they're going to have some nuclear situations happening here pretty soon. They can't cool those rods down. It's going to melt down. Total meltdown. You ever seen those damn y'all seen these before? Where it says complaint department, please take a number, where it's got the grenade and the little tag and you pull it and then it's like a boom. It's a joke to where we don't have complaints around here. Well, this person was dissatisfied with the bank and they leave a grenade on the counter after pulling the pin on it. No sound on this video. She's like, get out of here. I'm dropping this mother in the... Boom. Dropping it and going. Boom. Complaint department. Justified or no? Boom. After I saw that video, the people were like, what the fuck? What is this? So then I posted that picture for them. Please take a number. What the hell, man? What the hell? Oh, yeah. Let's move on to San Francisco. This is from Gutfield's show, and I don't want to play the whole Gutfield show, but I want to show the part about the advertisement that they have for San Francisco. So instead of cleaning up all the bullshit, they're just going to make a new $6 million ad to try to get tourism back over there instead of just cleaning up all the doo-doo.
Of the city by the bay, create an ad to deny the town's disgusting decay. Frisco leaders just launched a glitzy $6 million ad campaign to boost tourism ahead of the summer travel season, although residents say that money could have been better spent on one public toilet. The beautiful new ad takes you on a joy. I saw some white people in there. What's going on? Anyway, so rather than solve the problems of rampant crime, homelessness, and violence, they figure a PR campaign might do the trick. This is a case where they literally are trying to paint a turd. Visitor numbers are still way down compared to pre-pandemic levels. It's so bad, even COVID cleared out because it didn't feel safe.
Yeah, there you go on that. So they're spending $6 million on that bullshit, but they don't want to do anything to clean up the trash. Doo-doo in the streets, people. California is a lost cause all around, in my opinion. It's going to take something profound to get them fools out of where they're at.
Will not bring his 8-year-old daughters to class starting today after fights erupted at a protest on Friday over a pride event at their elementary school. He says he has nothing against the LGBTQ community, but he does not want his young children exposed to inappropriate materials. His name is Manuk Gregorian, and he joins us now. Good morning to you, Manuk.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, God bless you. Thanks for coming on. I understand you have 2 sets of twin girls. You have 8-year-olds and 4-year-olds. I'm sure you have a fun house. Well, thank you for joining us. All right. So what started the issue? What started the protest at the school?
Well, we found out about this assembly back in early May, and we have made numerous attempts to contact school officials and have a meeting with them. We did have a meeting with the principal, but she couldn't be helpful, so we asked to speak with Mr. Carvalho. We have made numerous attempts to contact him, but he
there's Antifa right there.
Opportunity that we had to speak with him. He just didn't want to acknowledge us. And we had no choice but to take it to the streets and make sure that he hears us and can speak with us.
Okay, so it all started, the assembly that you're talking about, the students were all at this assembly elementary school, and a book was read that some parents had problems with. The book is called The Great Big Book of Families. It talks about multicultural families, multi-religious families, families with...
The Great Big Book of Families, Sonia.
Children, families with same-sex partners, and some of the parents said, it's a a lot of Armenian families live in this area, and one dad said, I don't like the idea of my little kid coming home and saying it's fine for a family to have two dads, two men to love each other. We don't respect that. It's not in our culture as Christians and Armenians. Another dad who's a protester said LGBT individuals exist in all cultures and communities, and our representation and our voices being heard is not a matter of discussion. It's a civil right that was earned through decades and decades of activism. Where do you stand on this issue?
Well, my whole thing is about it's the 10-year-old children should not be exposed to any of this LGBTQ.
You
stuff.
just think they're too young.
They're too young. It wasn't about the issue of the book itself only, because after the book was supposed to be read, they were supposed to turn around and have a discussion about what they just read and heard. And we have a thing. One of our parents named Anna has asked these questions numerous times. What would you answer my child when he comes up to you and says, I have a mommy and daddy. My mommy was pregnant. When they have two daddies, which daddy does he get pregnant? Where does the baby come from? What are you going to answer them? Not one school official has an answer to that question. They're saying it's not about sexualizing or grooming our children, but yet they have no answers to us. And when we want to speak with them and have these discussions, they totally ignore us. And they just don't want to talk to us, and I'm fed up, and the school is not safe for my children to take back, and they don't want to come out and talk to me and say how they're going to make this school safer and what's going to be their next move, and they just totally want to ignore me, and I'm not going to take my kids back until they come out and talk to us.
So what are you going to do? Private schools, homeschool?
Well, this is an Armenian community school. It's dual language for Armenian children to learn Armenian and English. I'm not gonna give up that easy and decide to move my children to another school because I really want them to learn Armenian and English at the same time. I will fight this fight as long as I have to. I'm also considering other school options, but for right now, I'm waiting to speak with the school members, board members, to decide our next move.
Okay,
and I encourage everybody at Sadiko Elementary to keep their children home so LAUSD can understand that we will not be silenced. No matter how big they are, we will not be silenced.
We did ask for a statement from the Los Angeles Unified School District, and this is what they told us. Los Angeles Unified remains committed to maintaining a safe, inclusive, and supportive environment for all students. We are also committed to ensuring diversity and inclusivity. In addition, out of an abundance of caution, the Los Angeles School Police Department will be providing additional patrols around the campus. Manouk, thank you so much for coming on with us.
Thank you very much for having me and letting me speak.
So they keeping their kids out of schools, man. Don't even send them there because they don't teach that type of shit in their family. So it goes against their religion. I thought religion was protected, man. Check out this New Jersey lawyer that accused of a string of cold case rapes in Boston. He appeared in court. Authorities nabbed Matthew Nilo, 35, after DNA surreptitiously obtained from a drinking glass matched the profile left on 3 rape victims in 2007 and 2008. This the guy right here. He looks like he's scared to death, son. You about to go all the way to jail. I don't know if anybody would recognize that fool, but I'm sure there's probably some more victims out there. Look like a regular dude, though. A lawyer. Wow. Where? Let's watch this mobile gas station in Mobile. A shooting that was caught on camera.
shooting at a Mobile gas station caught on camera. WKRG News 5's Jeremy Jones joins us in the studio tonight with that video, which is just wild, Jeremy.
Yeah, it definitely is, Roseanne. And I spoke with an employee at the store off camera, and he tells me, fortunately, all the chaos happened outside the store. Take a look at your screen where many people gathered at this Chevron gas station. This woman gets out of her car while it's still running, approaching this other burgundy sedan. An argument starts between the woman and another person in the car. The woman then walks on the other side, and you can see a gun in her hand. The car drives off, and the shooter starts firing. Everyone then hits the ground. As the burgundy car drives away, the shooter continues firing her gun, then gets in her car and drives off. This shooting happened at the Chevron gas station on Spring Hill Avenue Friday night. The victim went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police have not said what the two were arguing about that night before the shots were fired, and so far, no arrests have been made. Reporting in studio, Jeremy Jones, WKRG News 5.
That one dude fucking hit the dirt, son. Homeboy right there in the... When the shit started popping off, he hit that dirt. Hit that concrete. Ran like hell. Watch him hit that dirt. Boom. Kaboom. Crazy as hell. That's Mobile, Alabama, too. I remember that story I brought y'all a couple weeks back about the local cops that were impersonating regular cops. Well, Jeremy Finley then got the investigation started.
We cannot allow this to continue.
In his last interview before his unexpected death, a state lawmaker called for legislative action after a series of WSMV4 investigations. We showed it to you, people looking like police officers but aren't state certified law enforcement.
We've also learned the State Department of Commerce and Insurance has launched 4 separate investigations after seeing our stories.
Wow, this is all a result of what our chief investigative reporter Jeremy Finley has been exposing in his thin, blurred line investigation. Jeremy.
Well, Tracy, what we know to be his last interview before his death, Representative Bill Beck told us 2 weeks ago that he was concerned about what our investigations had uncovered and wanted the legislature to take action. Tonight, WSMV4 Investigates has confirmed the 4 investigations underway focus on the people in the pictures and video we obtained. People all wearing police identification, like vests that read police and badges that also read police. But none are state certified law enforcement, meaning they don't have licenses to be officers. You can see our stories are used as evidence for sparking the investigations.
We cannot allow this to continue.
State Representative Bill Beck says our investigations show the public is being deceived.
If they're walking down the street and they have an emergency or they're being attacked, they look over and they see the police and they think that these people are going to help them.
According to Commerce and Insurance's open investigations, investigators are already tracking down details, including about the security company Celerant. We first showed you how 4 of the people who aren't state certified law enforcement but wore police identification are all former or current employees of that company. Emails to the state from another security company read, quote, "We have been hearing about Celerant Risk Management hiring guys who are not law enforcement officers for some time now. Their patch has the word police with their security company name, making it appear that they are a law enforcement agent." Dude, ain't that fucking straight up illegal? They're saying that they're a police force. They're intimidating police officers. I'm sorry, impersonating police officers, but they're going to investigate that shit now. Don't fuck with Jeremy Finley, boy. He will get your ass investigated. Check this out. Biology matters. Man, follow this account if you want to see some crazy shit. Dr. Anastasia Maria Lupus
Oh my God, dude. You're going to see it all over there. So this is the, this is a man. This is a trans man. This is a woman. You had all these different insides and all these different functional things that the other one just does not have. One cannot be the other. So sorry to tell y'all. Phone lines open. Yeah. Nobody wants to talk to me. I'll open it though if you want to call. There's the number right there if you want to call in now. 615-348-5482. 615-348-5482. I ain't going to take up too much more of y'all's time. We're going to get back to things real soon. Thank you to my rebels, though, while we're waiting on that. I definitely appreciate y'all. I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't without you guys. I know your time is valuable. I appreciate you spending your time with me. Shout out to the moderators. Anthony McQuaid, Atomic Tabasco, Cat F, State of Witch's Cane Sword, Latina and Cali, and the beautiful Miss Sonia Scrapbook. Let me get on this call here. Who this one is? Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Howard's in the house.
What up, fool?
What up, man?
Man, you getting on them subjects now. It's Pride Month, y'all. Hey, show your pride. Pride check.
Hey, girl.
XXX, show your pride. Man, hey, but no, in all seriousness, so I was downtown this weekend because Mrs. Boomhauer's family came in from out of town, so for 21st birthday for one of their little friends or whatever. So we're all showing them Nashville. We're taking them around all these bars and shit. So, I don't know. Who cares? Who gives a damn about YouTube? But anyway, so we're taking them around all these bars and stuff. And so those rent-a-cops are for real. I remember that ABL or somebody, or it was you or ABL or somebody had reported about these fools already.
Yeah, I did.
But dude, those same dudes and everything. Like I was looking for those places, and I think I found two of them when I was down there. But dude, literally all they were doing was directing traffic. So so the dumb thing is, you know how, if in case anybody never been here, there's a one-way street on every single corner. So it's either going to go to the right or it's going to go to the left. So you got to sit there and hit the crosswalk every time you want to go somewhere. You're like, oh man, I'm just trying to cross this little street right here, but okay, crosswalk. And there's 50 million people standing there in line to go, and you hit a button, and the thing does it itself, and you just watch it. It's common sense, and it's just stop with the hand and then walk when it's time to walk. But these dudes was in the middle of the street directing traffic. So Mrs. Boomhauer, I can't remember what she said to the dude, but she walked up to him and was just said something smart like, so you really got to do this? And he's like, yeah, I really do got to do this. And she's like, the sign is right there, dude. Like, you really got to stand in the middle of the street and put your hand in and stop these cars? And he's like, yeah, I'm just trying to do my job. It was stupid, man. But downtown was a mess, though. Too many people, man. It's too many people here, man. These people got to go. But I wanted to comment on the salty thing. Okay, for those of you guys who don't have the Snappy Chappies, I got Snapchat, unfortunately, and I subscribe to this show called Stay Tuned by NBC because it's like a Today Show knockoff, and it's just a way for me to follow what the lefties are saying, their version of everything that's going on. So I see, okay, fool, get out of my driveway. Anyway, so I see Salty Show is talking about the sonic boom and everything. First of all, I saw ABL show about the sonic boom going kabloom, kabloom, and all this crap. Mm-hmm. And then Salty was like, okay, that sonic boom, look at this. He shows another video. Dude, it was an explosion, dude. And
it sounded like it to me.
He shows the people. What?
I said it sounded like it to me.
Yeah, and then he shows the people, said they were big-time MAGA supporters. I'm like, okay, that's funny because on Stay Tuned, They were like, no, it was some lady, her little girl and a nanny was on a private jet. Oh, it ain't a jet, but it's a little prop plane or whatever. But who you know that's a baby's mama with a little kid and a nanny, and you're gonna fly to New York from Bristol? Man, get out of here, dude. So they had the pictures pulled up. It looked like they just made some people up, and they just sat there and used their little cursors and a little mouse, and they drew some people real quick. Like, oh, this is all that was on the plane. So you mean to tell me that the Air Force went and then they took off? They're flying through the air. Let's go. And they get to the prop plane that fast with this sonic boom crap. And then they get up to it and they're like, hey, man, let me throw a flare out there. Toom. Oh, the guy's not responding. Oh, we can see in there. Oh, we don't even see a pilot. It must be on autopilot. So I guess we're just going to sit here and play with it until it runs out of gas. Man, if you don't get out of here with this, dog, you already know, man. They were like, there they go. It was Soros and his boys. Get them. You got Millie over there with a little rainbow flag. And then they get them right above the little bushes, and they're like, boom. And then you could hear it go. It was an explosion. It was an explosion, dog. It wasn't no sonic boom. That must have called boom and blew up. Get out of here. I mean, I can make... That's what it was. That mug blew up. They got all the fundings are gone. So it's what it is. It tripped me out that Softy had, like, the whole family, like the daddy, with all the money. Like, he's a big-time MAGA supporter. And I'm like, what? That ain't what Stay Tuned said. Stay Tuned said it was just some baby mama and a little kid and a nanny. Man, this is crazy. So, man, that's what they do. It's back and forth. It's stupid. Man, I have one more, dude, and I can't think of what it was. You about to get on Rumble?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to keep you from jumping over there, so I want to throw that out there and throw some laughs out there for a minute before we jump over, but I'm ready to jump, so might as well jump! So let's go and get on over there, dog. I'll holler at you.
Yeah,
Peace.
man. Peace out.
Bye.
Shout out to Boomhauer. That's going to wrap it up for me for the YouTube side. Thank you guys so much for being here. I definitely appreciate y'all. Boomhauer's crazy as hell. Always a good call. Them sound effects was on point. Dude, imagine playing G.I. Joes with him as a kid. We play G.I. Joes. We do wrestling. We play Hot Wheels cars and stuff. We got sound effects. Shit, we did it right as kids, man. I definitely appreciate y'all over here on the YouTube side. Everybody jump over to the Rumble side. We're going to do stuff that y'all can't see over here on YouTube. I definitely appreciate y'all, though, for coming out and having a good time with us tonight. For the YouTubers that are not going to go to Rumble, if you want to hang out, we'll probably do it till about 10 o'clock. After that, we're going to do the music show tonight over there, about 10:30, 10:45 or so. It's going to be a good show. Last week we had a little mix of classic rock and new school rock, so we'll see where it goes tonight. It's going to be wild. Yep, let's get ready to rumble. Let's do this thing. Peace out, YouTube. I appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time.
Let's get ready to rumble.